Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Capricorn. So, Capricorn, as usual, I'm doing a reading with my own tarot deck, so the cards that you'll see are from this deck. So, Capricorn, let's talk about you calming yourself down and realizing that you are a bit anxious or struggling to just sit down and breathe, because this is the guidance straight from the beginning. We're beginning with this Four of Swords, and when I was, picturing you with this card, it felt like you were running in circles. So it's almost like there is like this barrier around you, and it seems like this is like the guidance from the Four of Swords is for you to sit down, slow down, but it seems like you are still running around. Like your mind, it's not literally like running around, but your mind is racing when you were supposed to just be breathing and slowing down and just calming yourself down. So it feels like the conditions, everything is set for you to just slow down. It's like slow down your frequency, slow down your thoughts, but still like in the confinement in a sense. It's almost like, there is this like a slowing down of production, slowing down of, external demands, or like things in your life. They have shrinked in a sense, not shrinked in importance, but it's like in demands, right? That's the reason why I'm seeing that, the Four of Swords is kind of like not caging you in, but just limiting you in a sense that you're not going to have preoccupations in excess. And that should be, the way for you to slow down. But it seems like the more that you feel contained by, the amount of free time that you have to just breathe, it's almost like you are trying to fill the space, fill the container, fill the time with distraction. It's like your mind is still racing. And it's interesting because I feel like even if you do have less reasons for being preoccupied, right? Like to be in a position of constant preoccupation or stress, or just, demands and deadlines and all of that, it seems like you are uh it's like you are demanding from yourself. It's like you are being maybe too rigid with yourself in terms of this mindset. It's like you're not allowing yourself to just cool down and breathe and relax, because it seems like you have this perhaps unconscious preoccupation that you're going to miss an important meeting, an important manifestation with the Magician coming next. The Magician today, the way that it fell from the deck on the ground, and it fell, in a position that was very weird, and it almost like it felt like it was out of control. So I feel like this is you, Capricorn, in a sense, thinking that you're going to lose control over your manifestations if you slow down, if you just sit down and breathe, if you take some time off, because it's like maybe you're feeling confined, maybe you are feeling like you are, meant to be expanding, and this is the meeting with the Magician, the meeting with your manifestation abilities are going to also shrink if you like keep your mind still for a second. So it feels like you are distracting yourself, because if you do so, like, you're going to be able to meet the Magician. You're not going to lose the control over this manifestation ability. But the thing about this Magician is that it's actually the other way around. It's like you are, trying so intensely to find this magician, as if he's going to bring you the answers for you to manifest everything that you're desiring and wanting and thinking about and preoccupying about. But it's actually the other way around. They are here to find you. They have been searching you, but you are not still enough that they can pinpoint where you are, because they are wanting to bring you abundance and prosperity with the Nine of Pentacles. But it feels like for the Nine of Pentacles to arrive, it's like you have to stay here, right? There are a bunch of cards that are talking, well, first of all, this Four of Swords. The Four of Swords, what I heard was sit down and breathe, Capricorn. That's what I heard with this Four of Swords. So I feel like you have been trying to find ways of manifesting your abundance, but it's been the magician who has been on its way to find you, but you are so distracted and all over the place that it's hard for the magician to find where you are, to pinpoint where you are, to reach you, because it's like it needs kind of like this stability, right? Or routine and consistency. So it's not something that is like too bizarre, right? It's not like you going to a different place or you doing something that is out of the ordinary. This Nine of Pentacles is actually like, day to day, like consistency, doing, mostly the same things every single day, because these are the building blocks, and these are, the moments, the places where the magician is going to be able to find you. And I feel like with the Sun coming next, the moment that you slow down, this magician who has been trying to find you, throughout the universe, throughout space, it's like they're going to finally highlight where you are. Because the way that I'm seeing this, imagine like, like this power of the universe that is so vast, it's kind of like, being at the beach and trying to find one specific sand or grain of sand or stone, or, whichever phrase you want to think of this. It's like trying to find something that is minuscule, right? It's like so tiny in this vast space. This is how I'm feeling like this magician has been trying to find you, but you are all over the place. So it's even harder for the magician to find you, right? So once you sit down and breathe and calm yourself down, like bring your thoughts to stillness, right? This is talking about, your mind being still. It's like the magician who you've been trying to find, but going after it. It's like the guidance here, Capricorn, is that if you just stay where you are, the magician is going to find you. It's like you're not going to be... It's like you're not going to need to be very stressed to find it, because it will find you. And like it's been trying to find you through the universe. The 360-degree perspective that I often see with the Sun is here, talking about like the lens, right? The lens of the universe with the light of the Sun, trying to highlight you, to illuminate you, to direct the focus of consciousness towards you. But it's like your mind is so busy, is so preoccupied, is so stressed out, is so all over the place, that even when you are like in a period of less demands from work, from people, from life, it's like you're still trying to find things to distract yourself. So just slow down, sit down and breathe, because the magician will find you. It's like it's been using, kind of like techniques or technologies that are way beyond our grasp, something that we don't even understand. It's like we don't understand the Sun, right? This is how I'm seeing this Sun today. It's like the lens of consciousness. It's like we don't really understand what that is. At least you are in a phase where Maybe you're trying, thinking about yesterday's reading, how there was this conversation between Sagittarius and a friend, right? Sagittarius trying to explain love without words, and then this friend that was trying to rationalize it. And I feel like this is kind of what you're doing. It's like you're trying to rationalize something, trying to put something in a box. And it's like you don't understand that if you just stay there, sit down inside this box, it's like the box will, it's like it will dilute, it will evaporate, because you're going to get in contact with the sun. It's like the sun is like it's kind of like the eye of the universe is how I'm seeing this, because I'm seeing this as like lens of a camera that is being adjusted, but it's like it has like this 360-degree type of vision, range, or reach, right? So because it's meant to get to the physical, but in order for the magician to get to the physical, it has to go through your mind. And unless your mind is still enough, it won't be able to manifest with the power, the potential of this incredibly abundant manifestation. So the bottom row here is talking about how you focus on becoming still, how you bring your mind to one point of concentration and attention, and how you understand the value of staying where you are, no matter how painful it might be, at least to your mind, right? Because it feels like your mind wants to be running around, wants to be active all the time, but the guidance, once and again, it's talking about just staying where you are, because we're ending with the Five of Pentacles, which is like, just be where you are, Capricorn. But before that, after the Sun card, we have the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is like the stage before the Nine of Pentacles. So this is something that I have been seeing for a long time with the Nine of Wands, which is this field of, potentially beautiful blooming flowers, but is still this space of dirt, right? It's like this road of, like nothing really, right? Barren land. It's nothing apparently beautiful there yet, but you have to be very hopeful, but also like you have to be aware that the potential is there, right? It needs fertilizing. Like the land is there to be fertilized with intention, with desire, with action, with movement. But in your case, Capricorn, the Nine of Wands is bringing the traditional meaning of struggle. And I feel like in order for the manifestation to actually occur, for you to feel like the magician has found you, right? When this feeling of independence and, growth and abundance and prosperity and all of that is in your hands and it's visible, you have to cry your losses in a sense, or you have to cry for everything that you have struggled and, all of the effort that you have put in before seeing any results, right? Because this is like the necessary nutrients. Like the magician, in order for the magician to bring you the manifestation, they are also bringing you the sun, because this is the focus that they use to find you. So whenever the sun reaches you, is the magician finding you, right? Is you lighting up this light of consciousness, because it's the magician reaching you, finding you, because you're still enough so that you're able to be found. But unless you use the water, because there aren't any cups card here, and I feel like this is implicit in this card. It's like the Nine of Wands, which is the five. It's almost like you need to cry your losses, you need to cry your struggles, you need to just that very deep, intense cry that liberates you and extinguishes the fire. Because the fire here, it's almost like it's maybe it's highlighting the fire, the air, right? The fire is highlighting the air. It's like it's entering into this combustion mode, and it's making you feel like you need to do things to distract your mind, right? So it's like the fire here, in a sense, wants to be put down by your tears, by your crying, by your grief, in a sense. But it's like, cry for yourself, right? I often say that the nines are the individual path. So it's like the independence will come, the financial results, the rewards are going to manifest once you have looked at everything that you have sacrificed, because that's, it's like, it's implicit here also. It's like this, everything that you had to do for yourself, believing that you would achieve this, it's like, and it hasn't, like, yet or still, because you're not still enough, right? So the more that you kind of like not see this or avoid this, or trying to distract your mind from crying for all of this, it's like the sun will be useless. It's like there's still something missing. So in order for the flowers to bloom, you need the sun, but you also need water, and there's still a lot of fire and combustion. So you need to put down this fire, maybe the anger and all of the dense emotions that are, you know, just accelerating your mind even more. So the more that you slow down, the more that you're going to be able to see that there is a lot of potential, because this is the same thing here. Imagine that, you know, the pentacles are the flowers blooming, right? This is how you know, this is how you see the results. And this is what you're expecting when you want to find the magician so badly, but they are trying to find you first. So it's like you have to extinguish all of these intense emotions so that you put down the fire, so that you can see the potential that is there and the present that you're receiving from the sun, because it's going to be the ingredient that is going to highlight where the abundance is. And when this realization that you need to put down this fire with your own tears comes, it's like the Ace of Swords is here. So everything that you were feeling confined, or you would you know, essentially feel like your mind is racing, right? That monkey mind that runs in circles and it doesn't stop, right? So here it's like okay, so the confinement is in order to merge into this point of focus. So unless it really shrinks to the point that you find stillness, that's the reason why maybe you were thinking that all of this is like, you know, something bad or something that is going to distract you, but it's actually the other way around. It's like you are trying to distract yourself, not feeling or not thinking about the confinement, but actually the confinement, it's not a bad thing. It's actually the thing that is necessary for you to find the stillness, so that clarity can come, so that you can understand all of this, right? All of the abundance that wants to come from all of the sacrifices that you have already made. But it feels like you need to be aware and conscious and still, in order for you to bring the last necessary ingredient for this to bloom and bring all of the results. So with the clarity, with all of this energy concentrated, right, instead of separated or scattered and your mind all over the place, it's like it's going to join all of these four swords. It's like the more confined you feel, right, the more stressed out you feel, it's like you're going to get to this point. It's almost like I'm seeing kind of like, you know, the point of a new beginning, right? If we think of the Big Bang, right, it's like this shrinking of the universe and then the extreme expansion, right? So it feels like you are in this phase of shrinking, but you're trying to fight it because you are worried that you're going to miss this magician, right? You're going to miss the abundance, the manifestation that could come through if you were finding it, if you were running after it, but it's the other way around, right? It's like you have to get to this point of complete stillness so that clarity can come. And so here, ending with the Five of Pentacles, you understand why it's important to be where you are, why it's important to sit down, why it's important to slow down your mind and just, it's like value where you are right now. Because this is also the path to this Nine of Pentacles, because you see here how the difference between the 5 and the 9 is the 4, right? But the 4 is reduced to 1. So it's almost like skipping steps. Instead of you having to struggle for another 4 years, let's say, just as an example, right? It's like you would have to just be here for another year so that this abundance would come. It's just an analogy, right? So it's like you're going to reduce your stress by understanding that if you do this right now, it's like if you focus your mind instead of trying to search for things to do and resolve your problems and all of that, it's like you're going to find the Magician, because actually you're going to be discoverable. I don't know if that's the word, but it's like you are going to be in a place where the Magician can shine a light on you, and together with your tears, it's like it's going to put down all of the anger, all of the rage, all of the all of these fires in you that are just agitating you, and finding stillness that it's actually going to, it's like it's going to catapult you from where you are into this, right? So let's see what the cards in the extended wants to tell about what this is, about what this journey to finding stillness is. So I'm going to pull more cards for you, Capricorn, and also I'm going to pull from the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. You can find the link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.